I think a lot of it is that we never have any swearing in it. I really do. In my books or anything, I don't have any swearing. I listen, when I coached, I was bad. And I told you the story, and when I see all those big fluting guys, the Molsons and all those guys sitting back of the bench in Montreal, I often think how Pat Burns, how he ever could coach, and not, you'd have to, all the wives are there and everything like that. And I have to tell a story. I'll tell it again if I don't. Believe it or not, in the Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens, the people used to walk with the hot dogs and everything while the game was on.
Right behind the bench. There was
There
was no.
You'd be talking to a player, and a guy, excuse me, it'd be a guy with a hot dog. So they finally put two policemen at the sides. You can't go in till there's a timeout or something. And I was, and I have to, and I was bad swearing. And boy, I remember this like it was yesterday. And up about 12 rows, there was a little old lady about my mother's age. And she said, Cherry, and in the silence, and she said, Cherry, you got a filthy mouth. Oh, and I just felt so bad, honest to God. And I went up while the game was on, and I sat on the steps there, and I sat beside her, and I really felt bad because my mother.
So while the game was on, you could go right up from the bench,
you could just walk
right up into the stands.
Boy, she didn't. She was still ripping mad at me, and I said. I never forgot this. I said to her, really, ma'am, I said, you've heard that language before. Yes, but I didn't pay $200 to hear it. So the rest of the game, I kept my mouth shut. I didn't know. If that one word was taken out of hockey, then the word begins with an F. If that was taken out of hockey, then hockey would fail.
It would collapse. We just again thank all the listeners for voting us, helping us get Apple to vote us the biggest show of 2020. So.
Well, no, I know how we get into it. There's no swearing in it. And I think that
sometimes I listen to the other podcasts, and sometimes I think they swear just to swear.
Effect.
Yeah, and it loses its effect.
Well, it does, and I always said to my son, if you swear, it's got to have a point to it when you swear. There's got to be a point.
When I now that I can say it, but I used to be down there, and I was like with the women. Like women to me are on a pedestal. Really, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it is. It's true. And some of the guys used to swear in front of the girls, and
where on Hockey Night in Canada?
Yeah.
Man.
And I used to think, geez,
And they probably just swear to swear, right?
Well, I think they swore they got their. Well, anyhow.